And I think we're live. Hello, world. Me,
Hello, world.
you're full screen. I think we're live. Can YouTube? Can you see us? Yeah, we're live. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mike and Hudson Do a Stream, aka No Handrails. I'm Hudson. That's Mike, and we have special guests Kevin and Eva here today. Um, I think a lot of you are wondering what this stream's about.
Figuring it
Really
out.
good question. And
Wondering the same.
yeah, that
It's gonna be emergent.
It's emergent. Yeah, we're working on it. We're getting there. But let's all introduce ourselves, I guess. What was that, Mike?
Archaeology is like an emerging topic here.
Are you front running your house you're buying in Wyoming that has dinosaurs in the back, Mike?
I mean, wait, what? Like, am I afraid of front runners? Like getting the house before I do?
I just feel like you just told us that before in the pregame show, you told us that you're maybe buying a house in Wyoming that has dinosaur bones, and it's like suspicious that you wanted to put archaeology on the agenda for our blockchain live stream after you told us that, you know?
Oh, I thought we were going to keep talking about bones.
He's looking for free dinosaur alpha, and he came.
I only want like expensive dinosaurs in the ground, so it's like I don't know. I haven't really gotten into that. Like, I don't want like fucking bird dinosaur. I want like a
huge one, right?
Vicious.
But are you scared about like reincarnation and like the dinosaur spirits that died there entering?
Oh, there's a ghost.
I'm literally just afraid
of opening your door.
It's the wind.
Okay.
I'm genuinely concerned about becoming obsessed with digging the holes and being obsessed with thinking that I could find fossils. That's my biggest fear.
I'm gonna help Hudson out with the hosting here. Mike, is that your introduction? You're the dinosaur guy.
I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one.
Wait, was that your intro, Mike?
We're doing intro.
Oh, right.
What's that?
Yeah, I guess we're doing intros. So, Mike, you go first.
Everyone who's watching this knows who we are. Everyone. Not a single person watching this stream doesn't know who all of us are.
I would.
Or am I being a dick?
I think that even though that's true, I don't think people knew that I was in the movie Remember the Titans. So usually you want to give out stuff like that, like in the intro. I was actually the Titan in Remember the Titans. So.
Ooh.
Wow.
Sick, dude.
I'm just kidding.
You're very
I never watched that movie. I just assumed there was a Titan in there because of the name. But anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm Hudson. I work in the Ethereum space, and I'm excited to bring this stream together today with the help of Mike, who came up with the idea by tweeting out. Did you just tweet out, "I want to be on a podcast," and I said, "Be on a live stream with me"?
Yeah, I think that like YouTube is like the only medium that actually matters as far as kind of like user outreach. Basically, just like my little brother consumes YouTube content as his primary, like, hey, I want to learn about this or whatever. It's like, article. Yeah. So basically, I just wanted to be on YouTube more. I only, if you search my name on YouTube, it's like pretty weak. So.
Oh, all right. Well, I will put tags for your name on this YouTube video, but did
someone say SEO, all of the name? No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. Like, it'll show up.
It'll show up anyway. So, so did someone say alpha earlier? I think Kevin said.
Yeah. Wait.
I said that Mike was looking for dinosaur alpha. That's why he was bringing the topic of archaeology.
So that's one of my 3 words. I have 3 secret words where if a word is spoken, I do a shot, and there's a limit. I'm not going to be doing just a bunch of shots, and we're not going to say alpha over and over again. But that is one of the 3 words.
What are you drinking?
Fireball.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Wow.
There's like a lot of people who hate Fireball. I still like it. I feel like
Yeah, I like Fireball too.
It's like a college thing though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like awful, and that's what makes it great.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't know. Fireball tastes pretty good. At my last company, they made you take a shot of Malort when you joined. Not Gitcoin. God. To be clear to anyone out there, this is the company I worked at before Gitcoin. It was because the founders were from the Midwest and Malort is from the Midwest. and Malort tastes like a root. Fireball tastes like cinnamon. It's really good.
What was his company?
Company.
Consensus?
I'm not gonna out them on this stream. Although I don't think any of them are into blockchain, so it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Don't look at my LinkedIn.
All right, we'll check out your LinkedIn. Figure it out. No,
What are your other secret words, Hudson?
I can't say them, otherwise they wouldn't be secret. They're not like hard, like expensive, long words though. If this was like blockchain Jeopardy, you'd get it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solana. Oh,
Nope.
Sorry. That's a nervous tick I have. All right.
Anyways, Eva, do you want to go next with the intros?
Sure. My name's Eva. I work for the Graph Foundation. And a fun fact about me is that I'm pretty bored with furniture right now. I'm like frankly quite disappointed in humanity with just how awful and uninnovative everything is. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I was just like looking for furniture and it's all the same. There's like nothing, like we need like a Kanye for furniture basically. And I feel like that's a topic we can talk about too.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, do you want like weird ass furniture that like twists and turns like Dr. Seuss? Is that what you're looking for?
Potentially, like every, interior needs a stable sort of like theme piece, but more than anything, just like anything that isn't the same as what we've been using for the last like 30 years. Like office furniture is now chic, which is like kind of absurd. Yeah.
Yeah, we, you know what I discovered recently? A chase lounge, like those old school psychology lounges. Do you all know what I'm talking about? They're like longer and they have like the rest in the back. I want to get one for when I move. I think it'll be a really nice area to just chill out, just like, have a psychologist come in and just fuck up my brain. So anyways, Kevin, what are you up to? What's your deal?
Hey, how's it going? I'm Kevin Owaki. I don't know anything about furniture, so I'm going to be rolling a donut for that part of the conversation. But I founded Gitcoin, which is a place that you can get coins if you need coins. And we fund open source software. We have socks, but they're not as cool as Unisocks. We've got lots of great swag with robots on it. And I'm generally happy to be here and happy to be hanging out with my blockchain friends on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Mike, I feel like we're in a background off right now. Like I just like shot the first blow across the bow and now you're dangling those in front of me.
Oh, I don't have
Yours is better than mine. Mine's kind of like, mine clips me.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't
seems
center
like
well, but also it reminds me to do laundry, and I don't like that.
Yeah. I'm thinking about changing it right now.
Well, I want to get up my socks background in order to flex Gitcoin socks.
Gitcoin socks are pretty cool. Unisocks, I heard they're pretty expensive right now.
It really depends on what you think expensive. Like it depends on your budget, I would say.
Here we go. This is the lowest res photo of our socks that's on our website.
Mike, that's actually a way to sell crypto. Like, expensive for who? Like, depends on how much you're buying, or like,
Yeah.
Hedge funds love him.
Stocks have definitely gone up. The billionaires and the VCs have, finally FOMO'd in and basically pumped the stocks. So now it's like, there's only a few stocks left. The billionaires want them, so I don't know. I don't know if Unisocks are expensive right now is honestly my answer. They could be way more expensive. I don't know. But yeah, I'm still, a big believer. I like my Unisocks. I have some right here. I can get them.
Do you wear the socks or do you just hold on to the collectible?
I have a pair that I wear because I'm elite and mad cool and OG and, I like to stunt with my OG Unisocks. But then I also have, I have like 4 redeemed Unisocks. And I'm planning on, I plan on, keeping the rest of them boxed or giving them away, like to Kanye. Like basically they're, another fantastic, onboarding thingy, in my opinion. I think that Kanye fucked with them. What's up?
You would give them to Kanye West. Just
Yeah.
to make sure it's the right Kanye. Okay.
Yeah. Or I would give them to Kanye West because I think that he would get it and it would click for him in a way that like literally nothing else could. And I feel like it could just create this, massive cultural shift. So I'm interested in giving away the socks if it's for a high impact cause, but I'm not just like trying to give them away. Otherwise, it's like, I plan on, basically having them forever and then giving them to the Smithsonian when I die.
Have you heard about the cause of public goods funding, Mike?
Yeah.
And here we
I
have
have the physical socks. I have physical socks. I don't really like those are like, I can't.
If you can tokenize them, I can quadraticize them and partnership.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. Like when you wear socks, is there a premium on the socks if you wear them and sell them worn? Or is there a discount?
I think that only socks that have been worn by Aiden will probably be worth anything as far as like used socks go, unless we're talking about like in 100 years from now, because then it's like, people buy like Elvis's like fucking dirty underwear and stuff. Like people don't care about whether they just want the physical thing. So I don't know, maybe like in 100 years, 150 years, used socks will be like actually valuable. It's like maybe they're like the only remaining socks left. And that's what would give them value. But I think that, yeah, you gotta hodl your used socks for another, couple decades, I think.
So
for them to.
I was thinking to myself, I don't think we've hit like peak crypto euphoria until we have like Kevin Owocki being able to sell his bathwater for like NFTs, right?
Could happen. I would do it if it would raise money for public goods.
Nice, dude. Yeah, you're a soldier, man. What public goods? Just all public goods.
I think whatever public goods the market wants to fund are important to fund. So it shouldn't be up to me. It should be up to the people to.
What's your favorite though?
Yeah.
What's my favorite public good?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing with public goods is that you don't notice them until they're gone, right? Mm-hmm. So like, I am taking for granted that I'm breathing clean air right now. And I'm glad I don't have lung cancer. I like having intact lungs. So maybe clean air, but, I feel like one that I feel like continuing the trend of, you don't know a public good is gone until it's gone is the quality of our information environment. I feel like it's a real problem when the truth gets, or like a rumor can get a mile before news, like a rumor can get a mile before the truth catches up. And so I feel like replacing journalism as a public good would be really good. So basically like having fact checking that we could all trust as a source of truth would be really good. But I don't know. I feel like that one's a little bit more controversial. It sort of depends on what your take is. Everyone's like attention is fractured these days and people don't want to exit their filter bubbles. So I don't exactly know how. It's definitely not like in the new internet, things are going to be completely different than they were in the old world. Like Yahoo, like I like to make this analogy about how with when Yahoo and Google launched, they both tried to have this mission of categorizing the world's information. And Yahoo just took the card catalog system and put it back on the internet. And Google invented a totally new interface to traverse information that was much more efficient, right? So like when it comes to like what's the public good that replaces journalism, it probably won't look like whatever was in the old world. It might look like fucking Substack or something like that. So it's all about trying to invent that and like accelerate the people who are in the trenches finding the good sources of information and accelerating that.
Yo, did you guys what search engines were you guys repping before Google existed?
I was a big Lycos guy.
You were a
Lycos dog and I were tight. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What do you got? I was like weirdly like really into Dogpile. I was like,
Oh,
I'm the man for
yeah.
even knowing about Dogpile. I was like, this one is so like elite, like they don't know about this shit. Like, you know, the librarians don't even know about this shit at the school library. Like, I'm like,
The library. There's literally a class on search engines in my like middle school computer class.
Yeah.
Dogpile.com is still a website. Wow.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
You guys remember
Good for
Ask
them.
Jeeves, the butler?
I would
Yes.
ask Jeeves.
Yeah.
I was an Ask Jeeves guy.
Before
Yeah.
Jeeves was like my love right before Dogpile, and then I was like, oh wow, Dogpile is so meta. It got like, I don't know, and then
So I was thinking
but
actually.
yeah, Jeeves is pretty.
So Kevin shilled public goods. What do Mike and Eva have to shill?
Subgraphs.
Public-
Subgraphs.
And that's definitely Mike is actually the biggest shill of subgraph. So I don't even need to show.
Well,
He used his shells on his Unisocks though. We spent like 4 minutes on Unisocks. I want to hear
I'm
Eva's
sorry,
shell.
I'm just
I mean, for me,
No, I love Unisocks. I'm just saying you use your shell. That's all. I love public goods.
no, yeah, I love subgraphs even more.
that's what I'm saying.
Please,
Mike is a walking shill for subgraphs, which is like sort of the point because like subgraphs have been so helpful for Rainbow. I would love to hear more about like what Rainbow's doing and when you're going to get an Android app.
yeah, we have an Android app. It's just like not awesome right now, and we've only given it, or it's like pretty good, but there's some performance things that we're working on. So it's not as like awesome. Like everyone loves the iOS app, but the Android app is still like a little rough. So anyway, if anyone is listening and wants it, DM me, and I can hook you up with an invite. Cut that line, you know. But yeah, Android is coming. Right now we're working on. Let me think. So we're about to ship a much better interface around swapping. So particularly, basically, like making it really easy to differentiate between like fake or scam coins, right? Basically, like a better way for users to find the coin they're looking for when searching for one. And then as well, much more robust like trade details. So basically, users we're realizing a lot of like new users don't really understand slippage. Like slippage isn't. Am I having internet problems right now?
Yeah, it's cutting out just a tad.
Are we cool?
Yeah, we're back now. Can
All
you
right.
hear me?
Well, okay. But yeah, users have a tough time. Yeah. So anyway, we have interfaces that kind of like break down slippage, and as well, we have new things for like showing you contract addresses. So like users are starting to get into the pattern of checking contract addresses, you know, or using the contract address as their like search query on. So anyway, supporting all of that, and then we also have the biggest update ever, which is going to be our Discover page, which we're using a lot of graph data for. But basically, our Discover page is going to be where you can track tokens that you don't own, and you can create lists. So like you can create like watch lists. You can create lists of any variety and share those lists with friends. And then also we have like an interface for browsing Uniswap pools. So like basically we're surfacing the most we're surfacing the top Uniswap pools and letting you like sort those by different parameters and kind of like basically like we think that right now the most interesting thing in DeFi is still the basics.
Oh,
like basically
you said DeFi.
You know, all
right.
the most interesting thing. The most interesting thing in DeFi right now to us is still all of the basics. Basically, like regular users, like you know, we're all into like the next level shit. But at the end of the day, if you go talk to a regular person, like yields offered, or basically like the most basic shit is still the most compelling and interesting stuff for the normies. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, let's talk about the subgraphs because like I have a lot of like. So, are you guys going to update the page about subgraphs, like the discovery of the explore page? Been yelling at
Yeah, we are building a new Explorer now that will come out once curation is ready. So right now the network has been live for maybe about 6 weeks. We have over 150 indexers, so nodes around the world. And we're in sort of the bootstrapping phase, making sure indexers feel comfortable, working out any bugs before we start putting more subgraphs on the network. So right now, Pool Together is the only subgraph that's live. But on the other side, the hosted service has been seeing like up to 500 million queries per day. So that's just like a great proxy for like crypto adoption, Ethereum dApp adoption in the last like 3 months has grown at least 30%.
Is the stability of the hosted service like has that been improved because of all the fund rate, basically the well, yeah, because I've noticed, right, like Uniswap.info hasn't gone down in the last month and a half. Kind of nuts if you think about it.
I mean, honestly, it was like every single month we were seeing unprecedented volume since June, and like that started with Compound launching, and then DeFi summer, and then where we are today. But yeah, we've done some sharding on that, but ultimately that's not the point, right? Like the network is the vision, and hopefully by the end of the year, everyone who's using a subgraph will be live on the network.
Sick.
That sounds awesome. And you said the word again.
DeFi.
Alpha network is network or
is what? Hey, you cut out again, Mike. Hello.
Hudson, what are you chasing with?
What are the words?
And this beer. It's a wit beer, like a whole wheat ale kind of a thing.
Very nice. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on all this Dogecoin stuff, because like it was just Elon at first, right? And then clearly he like had either PR campaign or something to do those consecutive tweets. But now it's Snoop Dogg also and Gene Simmons. So on one hand you have like this coin that doesn't do a lot. On the other, like this could be the killer app to get a lot of people into crypto that never knew anything about it, but now their idols are using it. Or
what if we all? Oh, sorry. I was going to say, what if we all worked so hard to build the killer app, and the whole time Dogecoin was going to be what brought everyone into?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I call that a win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Except it has no utility, which makes me a little scared.
That'd be bad. Like I already doxed this on Twitter if you go back to my previous tweets, but I bought $400 worth of Doge for funsies in like 2017, and like it skyrocketed because it was like 0.002 cents or something. So I haven't sold. I'm just like leaving it alone and seeing and waiting till it goes to $1.
It's a historic meme.
What was that?
Do you keep it off? Do you keep it? Do you control a Doge wallet?
I have like a multi-coin wallet on my phone, and it's just on there.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, wait. When is Dogecoin support going into Rainbow?
So I'm more interested in basically we're interested in Ethereum, and not interested in supporting anything else. But I'm actually pretty into both like wrapped tokens, and I'd be really hyped if there was a solid synthetic Dogecoin. But there is now Ren Doge. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Ren now has a Dogecoin, like wrapped Dogecoin essentially, and that's pretty liquid on Uniswap. It's liquid enough on Uniswap for your average Robinhood type. I think that most people buying Doge, and that's kind of like, this is part of why I think Doge is awesome, is like people don't actually throw significant money at it. Like even Little Yachty, who is all about Dogecoin, he tweets about it all the time. Like he only has $1,000 of Dogecoin. He had said in like an interview, which is like awesome, cool, that's fun. But yeah, I mean, I think that Dogecoin is awesome for growth adoption. Like I think that like it's fun. It's like we all enjoy the fun aspects of, like, I don't know, it is like honestly a great entry to crypto. It's like crypto is kind of about memes. It's kind of about like having fun with it. I think that Dogecoin is like, first step.
So
let's go.
Eva and Kevin, either one of you speak up first. What are y'all's takes on the Doge revolution coming soon?
You can go ahead, Kevin.
Oh man, it sounds like you follow it or like know stuff about it. I just see it in my Twitter feed, and I have nothing smart to say about it.
I guess what I would say is like any retail interest is great. Like whatever it takes for people to learn about crypto and why it's important. And like the GameStop to Doge to Ethereum train seems to have started. So I think like mimetics are important. I don't think necessarily just because Doge doesn't have an actual technical utility that it's useless, right? Like it's playing a role today in like uniting communities. So I'm all for it.
I did have a thought about Doges. One thing I like about Doges is that they get bones. They pick up the bones out of your backyard and they bring them back to you, even if they're dinosaur bones.
We're
bones isn't
back.
one of your words, is it, Hudson?
Say what?
We are, but I also thought bones was one of your
Bones
is
not
words.
One of my words. They are all three of them are cryptocurrency related. We have alpha and DeFi are down. There's a third one. It's an old school word. It's like the original.
CryptoKitties?
A DAO?
No.
Ether Delta?
No.
Damn, that's tough. Frontier?
Decentralization?
No, but like Mike's actually
Spark?
So like, it's like the first coin.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin. Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
And the
first coin.
I mean, that's
actually Hashcash technically, but you can drink.
Also, I just want to show this off real quick. This is a Baby Yoda Hawaiian shirt.
Wow.
That's pretty rare.
That is very fun.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, I'm on my phone because I was downloading Rainbow. Up until now, MetaMask was my mobile crypto wallet, but Rainbow's in the folder now. It's very shiny, and I like that.
Rainbow's like, I still use MetaMask too as well. But like, yeah, Rainbow is great, fun. It's getting.
I'm on Android
better all the time.
Yeah, I'm on Android.
The Android app is like, I'll be first to admit it. It's not sick as fuck yet, but it's about to be. Yeah, we've been working hard on it.
Well,
but yeah,
awesome.
I mean, we're like, yeah. I think like, so, I would actually Apple is actually ridiculous about their policies around donations. Like we can't, even if we wanted to, we aren't able to, like direct users to donate to Gitcoin. Isn't that nuts?
Oh.
They basically, if the purpose for a payment is a donation, like there's all of these policies. You can't just like send, you can't like,
Damn.
Anyway, we've thought about, for example, like having our send flow, like have like a donation addresses as like the preset default as the contacts in your contact list, for example.
Interesting.
But,
because you could preload a bunch of
Apple
Ethereum projects in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing we have to work on with quadratic funding is that right now you have to log in through a centralized app in order to get your identity. And that's important because quadratic funding needs Sybil resistance. And so, not to be a white blanket, but it also wouldn't work for that reason because we need to find a decentralized Sybil resistance mechanism, which people are working on.
Yeah. So can we talk about that actually? Like give me your take on some of this identity stuff. Cause like, I've been, an outsider watching a lot of the identity related stuff for the last few years, but it's felt like a lot of shots have been made on goal and none of them have really run with. So like why haven't any of the, proposed paths like worked out so far? And like, what do you think of the current, the one I'm most familiar with that exists right now is like Bright ID, like what's going on, like what needs to be done?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that we're trying to build out decentralized reputation as an ecosystem, and it's just subject to it's like a chicken and egg problem. There's no apps that use decentralized reputation, and so there's no apps that integrate with decentralized reputation protocols, and it's just this like vicious cycle. And so it's about spinning that. It's just about like solving that chicken and the egg problem by just like trying to get that network effect going. And so basically, Bright ID is a popular Sybil resistance technique or like platform. I'm also following Idena, Apala, Democracy Earth is doing some cool stuff there. And then that's decentralized.
Is there any function?
Say again?
Is there any difference between those projects? Like, are they all essentially taking the same approach?
They're all trying to create Sybil resistance, which means that you can't make up sock puppets. And they have different mechanisms for like increasing the price of forgery on a Sybil resistant identity. There's a whole other category of like decentralized reputation type thing. Like 3box, for example, allows you to upload mutable documents and like search them for different metadata. Like basically you could upload a bunch of developer resumes, for example, and then you could like search them by, I want a Python engineer in Colorado, which is like what Gitcoin would be interested in right now. But the thing is that people self-sovereign own their data instead of stupid LinkedIn owning their data. So that's a whole nother category of reputation applications. Sybil resistance and decentralized reputation are kind of like two different problems to solve.
One thing I'll add.
Oh, go ahead, Eva.
Oh, I was going to say one thing I would add about subgraphs is that like identity and reputation is really just based on like what is composed, like what is the variable set for that reputation. And so a subgraph right now, like if you were to query for a specific address across like Aave, Compound, all these like DeFi protocols, you could come up with some kind of like reputation subgraph based on people's past activity. It's really just like us employing it socially.
Yeah. So I guess, Eva, does the graph right now indexes, I don't want to misspeak, but you tell me if I'm wrong, like on-chain data, right? And so can we index off-chain data, like IPFS stuff on the graph?
What you can do is IPFS, yes, we are working to support Filecoin, but
cool.
You can also do like use Chainlink,
to build an Oracle, yeah.
For the off-chain data, yeah.
Interesting.
I like Chainlink, not because I'm an advisor, because I actually like Chainlink, but I am
because you got their bags.
I did have some Chainlink bags, but I'm an advisor, so just full disclosure, but they're a really cool company. I like them.
How is that related to, it's related to
subgraphs.
Querying off-chain data.
Yeah,
because you could do off-chain data with Chainlink.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, can you explain to me what all these like four new, so 3box now, or like the 3box team, right, has been working on like 3 new things. I'm trying to figure out the difference between what 3box is and like Ceramic, and then also like the other one, like what?
So Ceramic is a home for like mutable documents. So basically, like I could upload my resume to Ceramic. I could upload any sort of document to Ceramic, and then I could, since it's mutable, I could edit it. So that can be like anything inclusive of profiles or anything else. An IDX network, I think, is a way that you like query across multiple documents to look for the document that you're looking for. So it's like a query layer. I think, I'm not totally sure.
Are those 2 new projects like eating away at the old 3box use case? Is 3box now deprecated in favor of this new stack? Is that the idea?
I don't know. They just released their Clay testnet like a little while ago. So gotcha. I think it's very early. But it's great to see these. So I built Gitcoin in 2017 it's like a centralized website. Like you guys got me, it's centralized. And I love being able to query data and not have to like have a bunch of infinite callbacks to IPFS data. Like the queryability of all this data is super important. The graph is doing that. IDX network is doing that. Just like I would build it totally differently today if the tools were available. And we probably will do a rebuild at some point to become decentralized. And it's cool that this infrastructure is out there now.
What do you guys think is the next sort of like wave? Because I remember like last bull cycle, we were like, oh, the infra isn't fully ready yet for the scalability and like the adoption we want. And now we're kind of getting there. Like a lot of decentralized tech networks have launched, like the Graph, Filecoin. So what is the next wave that we need to conquer?
My favorite use case, not the only reason I'm in the space, but like what got me addicted to Bitcoin and then Ethereum was like censorship resistance. So like people being able to share information in places like China and Iran where it's like stifled. I mean, it's even stifled all over the world, but basically be able to share information. So like thing I've been pushing a lot lately is like an idea that I really want someone to steal from me and just make is a decentralized WikiLeaks built on Ethereum, where you have a reputation system that people who are leakers can join and people who are checkers of the leaked documents can join, and then you have bounties. Is that what?
Could you, or that's some functional? That's functionally similar, not the same, but very similar to. Have you seen that project called Erasure Bay by Numeraire?
I think I saw it, but I didn't think it was built on Ethereum, and I thought it was like very limited. Like it wasn't.
I don't know. It's built with Web3. I don't know exactly like if the data is on chain or where it is, but like you pay like, but it's kind of like a market for you. Basically, you could post. It's almost like a Craigslist for WikiLeaks, almost, right?
That's
like you
really
ask
cool.
for something and then someone gives it. What's up?
Yeah, decentralized WikiLeaks. Someone said in chat. Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, I'll look into Erasure Bay, but what I really want is like the ability to share things on a permission basis, which is what NuCypher does. NuCypher's like big brain, like beyond me a lot of the time, but I get a feeling that the product that NuCypher builds can help with trading secrets in a way that would allow only certain participants to access the data. And that's what I would really like to see with like a decentralized WikiLeaks or stuff like that.
So like this node-in approach to like basically, so you want that because the current model for WikiLeaks like is like so you think it's like bad for them to dump all of the docs? Like you would rather give it
like
to.
You have to go through PGP to do it, and it's like really PGP is just really shitty to deal with. So I want something more user friendly and like something that involves an incentive, because otherwise you could be giving your docs to someone who's not going to give you anything in return and just leak them for you and say it was theirs. And like the WikiLeaks model right now doesn't have any incentives. Like I'm not going to get paid for leaking anything in WikiLeaks.
I wonder if the incentives would drive basically like, I don't know. It's interesting to think about because like, I feel like the incentives exist for huge leaks, right? Like, or like, I don't know, the incentive is like, oh shit, like something, this is deeply fucked up and the world needs to be fixed. Like that's the incentive, right? But like versus like, I wonder if like,
well, the other incentive,
like almost like,
right? Just like social capital.
Yeah.
There's that saying of like, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Like, do you want the clout to tell everyone the alpha or do you want to make money?
Yeah, but it's like all the stuff that I could ever leak, I like want a job in the future, so I don't want to leak it to be like, oh, this guy leaks alpha.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that. So I want to be able to do it anonymously for crypto.
Huh.
Have you guys looked into Mirror?
No.
Yes,
What is that?
Yeah.
Do you know about it? Like, does it solve this problem?
I haven't heard of it. What is it?
It's like Medium, but like Web3 Medium.
Wait, I thought Mirror was like a synthetics competitor. Are there two Mirrors?
There's two Mirrors.
Oh, that's confusing.
Yeah.
I bet if you have two mirrors and then you like multiply them, you get to like a house of mirrors, like a circus.
Yeah, like on Tron.
Mm-hmm.
Only one mirror will win. Don't be fooled, right? Like there can only be one.
That's tough. That's a good brand name too, Mirror. It's just a shame that there's two of them. I was confused that there's two of them.
So the only question that was asked in the chat is, do any of us own hash masks? I haven't followed it closely. Do any of us own any?
Kevin definitely does. Come on now, Kevin. You don't.
I'm not a big NFT guy.
So I don't own one, but my friends do. That like I've been getting into crypto, and they are obsessed, and to the point that they use it as their Zoom backgrounds in meetings as a way to grow the NFT community. Like they are now using it to sell Ethereum. So there's definitely that. Like if NFTs for just onboarding are already providing significant utility, even if people don't buy them. or like
the
don't hold
gas
up?
is obviously it's becoming insane, and it's almost like I don't know. I'd be cool if people just forget about Ethereum for a couple months and then come back, but like because it's such a bad look to like I don't even know, like you know it costs $15 to send an NFT. But like I don't have any hash masks. I think I at first thought it was a scam, but
Me too.
I think actually that there's a lot of interesting things about it. Like one, I think that the token model around the naming of them is like pretty novel and interesting. I kind of think that that's fun.
It is novel, yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
So like they have a ERC20 token that like you can use to change the name of I don't know if it's like of your I don't know how the name I don't know if you can change other people's one's names or if you can only change the names of your own, but you know how like a crypto has a name?
Your own, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically like there's a string of text which is like the title or the name of the hash mask, and it costs their ERC20 token to, you know, to change the name of it. And I think that that's pretty cool and novel. I also think that like Hashmax, like really the first project in a while to like, I don't know, to kind of run with a lot of the proven NFT like success, like model for success, in that basically they launched a fixed supply collection of art, which is like not many of the, you know, NFT stuff in the last like even year or two has been fixed supply. I think that that's like super critical. And so basically their shit is fixed supply and it's pretty like aesthetically appealing, like contrasted against like CryptoPunks, right? Where it's like, it makes a lot of sense to me that a lot of like the new users are really attracted to hash masks because they're like much more aesthetically interesting and appealing. But to be honest, it's kind of, to me, it's pretty nuts how successful it's gotten. And it really, to me, only just demonstrates like how not many people have actually run with those ideas yet. And it to me just means that like tons of other things could become wildly successful. You know, because I don't know. To me, I'm a little bit butthurt that like their art looks like just like it to me just is like annoying how much it looks like Basquiat. Like I don't like that it looks so similar to like such a famous artist's work that I'm like, oh, that's corny that they like with a popular artist's style. But
I feel like a lot of people don't know that though. They just think it looks cool and they don't know that it's derivative. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm
really cool.
I think listen, I think that they look cool, but in the back of my head, like my high school fucking hipsterdom is keeping me from aping. I'm just like
Dervis coming at you live from Brooklyn.
Derivative though.
Okay,
yeah,
so wait, okay. How would you, this reminds me of a really good question. Each one of you, how would you describe your high school self compared to now? Or like, what would you describe yourself in high school? Like what clique or set? I could start. I was with the outcast goth and stoner group, but I didn't smoke. So I was with like the goth, like punk emo kids.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a black hoodie I wouldn't take off.
I had like two distinct high school personas, okay? Where like the first half of high school, I was like the short, fat, nerdy kid. I used to wear like a Google hoodie. I don't know. Basically like I don't know how to describe it. Like I used to bring Ubuntu CDs, live CDs to my high school.
I would have been friends with you.
Yeah. That was me, and then I smoked a little pot, and then I became cool. So by the end of high school, I was kind of cool, and I stopped caring about computers and was really into cameras. So I had phases, you know. I was like, you know, into photos and like fucking like music videos and shit like that.
Okay, let's go, Kevin. What about you?
Well, hold on. Before I answer, where did you all grow up? And in what year did you graduate high school? Just
Okay,
so I can
so-
put this in my brain.
Yeah, so
in a
I
place.
grew up in Northeast Texas. I graduated high school in 2010.
Hmm. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, what's up? Class of 2010.
Woo!
Me too.
I feel like I'm
I'm
the
from-
elder millennial of the group,
Math.
which is why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, wait. What about
Go
you,
ahead.
Kevin? When did you graduate?
2002 from high school.
Yeah. What cliques were you in, or what was your high school persona?
Right. Well, first I want to hear from Mike. You graduated 2010 from where?
I'm from Walpole, Massachusetts.
Oh,
Okay.
Masshole, huh?
Yeah.
My family has a house on Cape Cod. We go to every once in a while, so I know that.
I like it.
I played sports. I was into computers. I won like some like computer programming contest in school. I knew I wanted to be computers, but since I was like a freshman in high school, I wasn't like very popular. I hung out with a lot of people from different groups. I was like friends with the stoners, friends with the jocks, friends with the nerds, and yeah, I don't know. But I don't like keep in touch with anyone from high school anymore. So maybe I'm not like, I'm like 15 years out, or no, wait. Oh, I'm almost like 20 years out of high school at this point. So I don't keep in touch with any of these people. Like my college friends are kind of like the base of my friends as an adult. So
Yeah, that checks out. I can see you being the likable, like everybody is friends with you, but you're not like the mega alpha popular kid or anything like that.
yeah, I was the guy that got broken up with so that the girl could date the quarterback of the football team. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just teasing.
Oh,
All right, Eva, how about you?
So I grew up in Toronto, Canada, and my high school was extremely diverse to the point where like I was a minority. Like I would say most races were a minority. So my friend group was sort of this
All races were minorities.
Like-
All of
like except Chinese and Indian, everyone else was a minority. Like it was it was
There
like
was no 51%.
like my friend group was like Chinese, Romanian, like Sri Lankan, like literally everyone was some kind of minority in the hodgepodge. But we were just like nerd shit disturbers. That's like the best way I could describe it. Nerd shit disturbers. Like we all did really well and we're almost like too smart for our own good. And so we would just shit disturb like the supply teachers, like play cards in the hallway.
Canadian word. I've never heard of shit disturbers before.
I don't know, but I like it. I found it in Urban Dictionary already.
yeah.
Oh
so-
wow, I didn't know that was a new word.
When
Oh,
did
it
you
says
graduate?
disturber of the peace, strictly Canadian phrase.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds.
Yeah.
So wait.
Wow.
When did you graduate, Eva?
2011.
Oh my
2011,
gosh.
okay. Yeah, Kevin feels really
need-
old in this call.
We need more elder millennials on this call. How old are your guys' kids? Because mine are 1 and 4.
What? I mean, I have 3 cats, and they're like 8 and 5 and 3 or something.
There you go. Okay, so same but
deal.
different.
Same deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some.
Wait, Kevin, where did you say you were from?
Southeastern PA.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, what's up? Oh,
I was just saying I got some plants recently, and like that's a great first step for commitment to children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to take care of them. Yeah.
All these digital nomads. I always kind of felt like, I go to like ETH Berlin or ETH Denver, all these digital nomads that haven't been home anywhere. This is before the pandemic, obviously. I'm
I'm
like, hey
happy
guys.
that most people can't do that anymore. Personally, I think that they
Really?
needed to chill out, and I think that
It would be such a fun way to spend your 20s, like going around doing research on Ethereum and like traveling with this global community of cypherpunks and visiting all over the world. That seems like a great way to spend my 20s, like my mid 20s. Once I figured shit out, but before I've got commitments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, my bad. I take it
Yeah.
back.
It's relative to everyone, as long as it's healthy for you,
Yeah, that's like everyone I work with is doing that but me, but like I do go whenever I do travel, I go to a number of conferences, but it's really funny because when I talk to my like normal non-crypto friends, I'm like, "Oh, I don't do much. I just go to like conferences once every couple months." And they're like, "Wait, you travel once every 2 months? That's like a ton." And I'm like, "Oh, you don't even understand. There's people who live on the road. There's people who like literally live at these conferences and just don't go home."
Have you guys noticed how much more stuff actually has gotten done since those people haven't been able to do that though? I feel like everyone now has a cool project. Everyone's project is now like exists, right?
Yeah.
Whereas it was, I don't know. I feel like people like float between half tangible projects on the conference circuit, and it's, I don't know.
Yeah, like that.
Yo, Eva, so your shit was so diverse. Were you a city kid or what's up?
What? Sorry?
Were you a city kid? Was your school so diverse because you were like in a city? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like in a city, in an immigrant neighborhood. And like my parents are an immigrant. So it was like all of us were first generation.
Oh, that's
you can't. City kids so privileged with all of their city diversity. It's like, I'm so jealous.
Speaking of diversity though, like I would love your guys' perspective. Like, we're doing a lot of hiring at the Graph, and it has definitely been a struggle to even find, what we would call diverse relative to our team candidates, whether that be racially or gender or, an interest. So like, what kind of things have you guys seen as like good ways to get more diverse candidates in the door? I don't know if there's an answer,
Well, I think that, so my background is like, I was a Boulder community tech organizer before I was into crypto. And what worked then in that scene, which doesn't work at all during a pandemic, is just to make sure that all of your in-person events are very inclusive and that you cast a wide net when you're promoting your events. Like we used to run this 1 week celebration of entrepreneurship and technology called Boulder Startup Week. And there's just like a very there's this guy, Andrew Hyde, who like used to really make diversity a huge priority for Boulder Startup Week. And he's like been a lot of my inspiration for this, but it was very much just like greeting people at the door, making sure they feel welcome, show them where the bathroom is, like basic hospitality stuff that they don't teach in computer science school. I feel like moved the needle a lot, but I wouldn't like represent in any way that it's like a systemic thing. It's like something you could do on the margins in order to make it more inclusive.
Boulder is a pretty hard place to find diversity.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is for sure.
So
I don't know what works during the pandemic though. Like I feel like remote first hiring is totally different,
So one thing, I'm looking for the specific tweet, but if y'all know Jay Harrell from QuantStamp, they basically did a tweet that was like, hey, it's okay for trans people to come and work in Ethereum. It's actually okay here. And then there were some assholes in the comments. And so I think to be active and like fight those assholes in the comments really shows well for people from diverse backgrounds who might be nervous about joining certain groups that like either have a reputation or have commenters like the ones in Jay's comments, to be like, yeah, you're welcome here. Like, whatever, like, you're welcome. So, yeah, that's why the other day I was trying to talk to some of those people because I was like, you're not getting it. Like, it's important to be inclusive and diverse and shit like that.
Yeah. It's hard when high IQ people are low EQ.
Yeah.
Hey, question. I only have childcare until 7, which is 2 minutes from now. Should I go ask my nanny if she can stay for another half hour? You guys plan on hanging out for a little while more?
It's up to y'all. What do y'all want to do?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I have probably about another 15 minutes.
All right.
Personally.
Okay. I'll tell her 15 more minutes then.
15
Be right
minutes.
back.
Sounds good.
I don't know, Eva. It's honestly, I think that it's like, so, I mean, the obvious answer is it's hard for everyone dealing with technology, like, talent pipeline, right? But I do think that at large, like our space is honestly, like the most open and inclusive space I can think of in technology, like genuinely, right? Like what is a better shining star of, I mean, honestly, like there's so much to improve, but at the same time, I can't genuinely think of another technology sector specifically that's like more inclusive and, than Ethereum. But I don't know, personally, like I do all of my recruiting from Twitter and GitHub. And I just think that basically, like, if you find yourself If you find yourself realizing that your feed like looks one way, like, and I don't know, basically I try to make sure that I'm I don't know, like that I'm following interesting people of all varieties all the time, and that like I don't know, like I think that's what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree that Ethereum especially is like hella inclusive, but I don't think the issue is lack of inclusivity. I think it's like even finding people to include. And like part of it is probably a crypto education problem more than anything. Like it's hard for people to get into crypto regardless of their backgrounds. And another is like us finding where to source these people.
Yeah, it's like hard if you're both trying to recruit people and also teach them about your thing. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, that's kind of like, to me, a mixing of concerns that doesn't feel natural. It feels like, to be honest, that seems like a bad way to hire someone, in my opinion. Like, as far as like, I don't know, like you're not necessarily, like, regardless of the person, like the type of person it is, I wouldn't want to hire someone that I had to coach into liking this thing or something. You know, I don't know, like just to me, it seems like education and hiring should be like different. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that like, I don't know, like, yeah, I mean, COVID sucks. Like, I think it's hard for events to happen, I guess, but I don't know, like, yeah, I think that we could come up with some pretty cool educational campaigns or other kinds of like viral, like awareness campaigns. But I don't, I don't know how to solve it.
I think that like one of the things we should really utilize groups like She256 and like, cause like as a white dude, I don't really know where to go to find diversity a lot of the time. So going to She256 and like those people that run those diversity groups and being like, hey, what can I do instead of brainstorming myself is probably going to be more beneficial. So that's what I would do. And if I were having to hire people personally. But yeah, that's a good prompt, Eva. I think that was really good. That is kind of a problem. And the interesting thing is I've been like in the Zcash community more lately, and they have a large diverse developer group that kind of stay out of the community side of things because it can get a little toxic, but they still feel really welcome on the developer side of things. So you got to think of it as like segmented as well, like people you won't find on Twitter because they're not outspoken, but they're really smart and really good at what they do, but they're not on Twitter. So it's hard to, it's like if you limit yourself to like just those spaces, then it gets a little more difficult.
Where are they?
They are.
Are they not online?
They're online. They're just in spaces that are safer for them. And I don't really know where those are because I don't go to them.
Gotcha.
Anyways, what else do we got? We got 15 more minutes left, roughly. What is this?
What's the coolest subgraph you've seen lately, Eva?
Yeah, what is that, Eva?
Someone made an ETH2 subgraph, which I feel like is very cool, will probably be really useful for people making dashboards and that kind of thing. But I'm most excited for NFT subgraphs. Partially because like I feel like we haven't done a lot of composability across NFT platforms yet, and there's so much opportunity there. Like, I don't know if that's like a rainbow focus, but I just want to be able to see all the NFTs I've bought across all platforms, and like they're all obviously trying to, you know, improve their auction revenue. But as a user, like, where do I look at all of them? So that's the kind of thing subgraphs can definitely help with.
NFTs that like still held on, you mean like on some other platform, or like, do you mean like NFTs in your wallet?
Yeah, I mean, like I have like a wearable NFT, and then I have something like on Zora. So like, where do I go if I want to see all of them together, right?
It is.
Yeah. Right now.
I was going to say, as far as I know, every wallet makes you add the Kudos. Like, we have one called Kudos on Gitcoin, and like in MetaMask, you have to go into Kudos and then see your Kudos collectibles.
Like, yeah, no, they do that for. Yeah, they're not. That is awful UX. Like right now, Rainbow.
Well, it's because that's how the data is organized without the graph, I think.
Well, it's not even a graph thing. It's like a UX thing. Like I want a personal gallery wallet, right? It's not just like me seeing the NFT as a balance. It's like, how do I create an Instagram essentially of everything that I own, all my collectibles?
Yeah. That's what Rainbow is, except you have an Android phone, which kind of sucks. But like, what was I going to say? Right now, we use the OpenSea API, which actually does scrape. So it's like your kudos will show up and like all of the like. But we want to support like pulling in from other feeds. So like honestly, I'm super interested in some of these subgraphs. But like for example, like here are all of these NFTs. Like you can like
Nice.
if you just have an NFT, like we detect it and show you them.
Oh,
So that's like
Still, OpenSea actually just applied for a grant for a subgraph, so coming soon.
nice.
interesting.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, completely different topic. If we're cool, just switching. Does
Yeah.
anyone have any cool in-person crypto like conference stories that we can reminisce about that are really fun? And this is on the spot, so I didn't give anyone time to think about this.
Conference stories that are like what, like good or bad or funny or like
Funny.
funny.
Let's go funny.
Funny.
I mean, rapping about ETH 2, I think was the apex of Ethereum community crypto memes moments for me. That was pretty incredible. I forget if it was at a DevCon or like an ETH Global event or something like that. But that was pretty cool.
Was that when Carl rapped about ETH 2 on the steps of that like conference?
I think Carl's rapped in lots of places, but this is the one that Vitalik, I think, rapped.
Oh, that was
Carl
ETH.
about
That was
2.
ETH.
EdCon?
EdCon. That was an
yeah.
EdCon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I challenged Eric Voorhees to race me on bird scooters, but he said no. Way. Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't down.
That's really funny. I had a memory and then I lost it. What was it? Oh man.
Too much fireball.
Must have been a good
It's
one.
probably all the fireball. Yeah, it's kind of getting up here now.
You gotta index those memories on the subgraph, Hudson, so you don't lose them.
If I had to index my memories on the subgraph, that'd be too much. That'd be too
Guys,
much.
that's the future. This is the future. But all of your thoughts on chain.
All your thoughts on chain. Y'all don't want to know what I think about. Like,
Oh, go ahead.
no, that was it.
I was gonna say, okay, so last year at ETH Denver, was it last year or the previous year? We went to this like dance party at a church
I was
after
there.
ETH Denver, and Maya Jane Coles was playing there, and we were at a church, and it was like all our crypto friends. And John Paller, who runs ETH Denver, because he's John Paller, had to like rent out the VIP room and get bottle service and everything, and it was pretty nuts. But that was one of my favorite ETH Denver memories.
My favorite Denver memory. Okay, I'm not going to name names. I'll just say events. So, Kevin, you're going to remember this immediately. We were on a bus, and this is the first ETH Denver.
Okay. Yeah.
The first ETH Denver, and we're on a bus, and we're heading up to a lodge to like go skiing the next day, and there's this guy who's like a prominent DeFi like founder,
Thought leader.
thought leader, and like DeFi. And he took too many edibles and drank too much, and he started just throwing up profusely on the bus, like
Oh, no.
against the seat. It just streamed down and then like went down the rails of the bus. And we stopped at a hotel and like got him to a bathroom and got like towels and shit. And Kevin went and like got the towels and cleaned it up himself, and no one else helped him. Everyone just ran off the bus, and Kevin cleaned it up himself. And I
was
appreciate
the after
Kevin
party
so much.
steward. It was my responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like,
Yep. So from then on out, that person is known as Barfy among our group of friends. And whenever I hear him or her talk about governance, I just smell their puke.
Were they like an edible, lightweight, or were they like, did they dabble when they shouldn't have dabbled, or like?
Yeah, I think that it sounds like they had too many on empty stomach. But I actually shared that story at ETH Denver last year, and people came up to me and they're like, I have a similar story about that person. So they might have just been a douche. I don't know. They might have been part of
I
that.
don't know either. Yeah. At ETH Denver, there was the last day when they were doing the presentations for everybody, and I had judged the presentations. but I took too big of a gummy because it's legal there. And I'm like, oh, it's never legal where I am. I'm just going to take this. So I took a gummy and I was about to fall asleep in the crowd, like literally like dozing off like this. And so I get up and I'm like, I got to go sleep. So I try to walk to my hotel, but there's a Torchy's Tacos, which is like the best taco place in Pittsburgh that I know of. And I was like, oh God, I really want like a large queso right now. So long story short, I went and got a large queso, went to my hotel room, ate the entire thing, and then passed out on my bed and missed the ending events. So
It's cool, dude.
Hudson, did I give you that edible?
no, I gave you an edible, Eva.
Oh, okay.
Colorado.
It sounds so familiar to me.
That was about the same time that
I
I gave
really-
you that.
Oh.
But yeah.
I really wish the Ethereum scene would more, I guess, wholeheartedly embrace cannabis. And, I don't know. I feel like the events are not, they're often in places where weed isn't legal, which is totally whack. It should only be, legal places. And then, I feel like it should be more embraced and more open.
Eat Seattle next year, 2022.
Ooh.
Be there.
Is Seattle weed legal?
Yeah.
Seattle has so many things. Weed legal, no state income tax, high quality tech community, lots of construction, super, libertarian, getting, like a lot of experimentation on the street with different kinds of technologies and stuff. So
Nice.
When I went to an Amazon store, it was like a Prime store when I was in Seattle for a conference. It was just like such an amazing experience. Do you ever use those, Eva?
I have not been outside very much lately. I don't even know if
Yeah.
it's open, but I should go for sure.
It's like buy stuff and like you don't even have to like scan it in order to check out. Like there's just like it just knows what's in your, and then it charges your Amazon account, and it's so frictionless. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's
Imagine-
So Kevin, how hopping?
What was that?
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, imagine if that was integrated with crypto also.
Yeah. One day.
One day. I'm trying to think if there's any other like.
Yo, Kevin, how
technology-
hopping is this even better?
Say that
I'm
again.
so bad at this. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's right. We have latency.
Yeah, we have latency, Mike. What was that, Mike?
Colorado is the hot place to move to if you're tired of either coast and your 500 square foot apartment in New York or in San Francisco. You can
There
move
are
to
a lot
Colorado.
of like in-person, like, I don't know. I'm actually interested, like, so between Boulder and Denver, like, where is the scene mostly? And is there like, how much has like, has there been a lot of like synergy at all? Like, is there any, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like how the scene in Boulder like now versus like 2 years ago?
Yeah. I mean, I organized the Boulder blockchain meetup, and we would get like 20 people in the bear market coming to the meetups, and like in 2017 we would maybe get like 70. And the scene's pretty strong. I mean, we've got kind of like free spirited people out here. It's a libertarian type of ethos, and it's really great people. But you're not going to get the same level of professional networking that you would get in New York, like with like blockchain CEOs and like investors and stuff.
Yeah.
It's more of like a college town in Boulder. But we do have Gitcoin's out here. Shapeshift is out here. The Cardano guy is out here. Charles Hoskin is out here. Zuko is out here from Zcash. So there's stuff going on for sure. It's happy to show you around sometime.
Yeah. No, I'm about to move to Cheyenne.
In Wyoming?
Dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
Is that because you're trying to stalk Kanye or because you actually think Wyoming's interesting?
I like a couple of things. Like I've always wanted to like split my time between like ultra rural and ultra urban. So I kind of plan on like bouncing between Wyoming and New York a lot. But I also genuinely think that they're like, they to me have just demonstrated that they're like serious about
Regulations, yeah.
about regulations, and that to me it's just like, oh, I want to like run, like I want to people there are clearly like trying to pay attention, and like I want to go be a part of that. Yeah. And like throw, like, I don't know, I think that like any weight thrown at that can only make it like an even better situation. And I think that like so many like next level things that they could do to like truly like be pretty fucking crazy out there. So anyway, I just want to go for that and like you know,
And there's dinosaurs.
yeah, there's dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, yeah. All right. Well, we are out of time, but thank you all so much for coming. Thank you, Kevin and Eva, for joining us, and it's been great. I'm going to stop the stream now.
I'm a co-host.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a co-host. That's why I said not you. I said me. Thank you, Kevin and Eva.
Now that we've got this show going on, let's keep going. I like that this you know, I like being co-host. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for coming.
See you later. Happy Saturday night. Bye.
See you on the next episode.